From the moment I was born, I was a disappointment. My dad didn't want a daughter, he wanted a son. And so when my brother was born a few years later, my dad was thrilled. And everyone in the neighborhood knew that his special baby boy had been born. Yet no matter what I said or did, I never felt like I was good enough. And so I tried to find acceptance in the church, and that seemed like it would be a good idea. And at first it seemed to work. The people were nice and friendly and welcoming to me. But as I got older, I was told that if I loved Jesus, that I would have to be different than who I was. Because a godly woman is submissive and quiet and calm and peaceful. So I felt like, even though I can joke about it now, at the time, I was devastated because once again, I was in a place where people didn't want me for who I was, but they wanted me to be someone else. So I started to be angry all the time. I was angry at the church because they didn't want me for who I was. I was angry at myself, and I was especially angry with God because He's the one who made me in the first place. Years later, I went to a Mother's Day brunch, and God only knows how I ended up there because I'm not sentimental. I don't even like Mother's Day, and at the time I wasn't a mom. But when the last speaker stood up and shared her story, it was an amazing moment for me because this was the very first time in my life where I saw an older woman in the church and identified with her. I thought in 30 or 35 years, I could be her. I could do what she's doing. I could talk the way she's talking. And it gave me hope for the very first time about my future in the church. So I went home and I started examining scripture, and I was looking for evidence that God loved me instead of evidence that God was disappointed with me. In Ephesians 2:12, it tells me that I am God's masterpiece. And when I think of an artist's masterpiece, I think of something that he's proud of, that he wants to show to others. He signs his name, and there's nothing that's a mistake within that masterpiece. And so even today, I wrestle with resentment, but I no longer believe in the lies. I no longer believe that I am a mistake. Instead, I know that God is proud of me, that He loves me exactly how I am, that He created me exactly how I am, and that He has great plans for me.
My name is Theresa, and my life changed when I said yes to Jesus.